All right, cool. That way, if anybody misses this and want to see it, John or Kyla or Matt, Mark or whomever, you can just refer them to me and I can send them a link. Um,
Okay.
so good afternoon, Mark, John, Kyla. Anybody want to say anything before I jump into this? I don't want to
No.
talk too.
No, you go for it, Brian. You're
All
the
right. Well,
star.
I will invite you to chime in whenever you want. But good afternoon. My name is Brian Miller. You have worked with me or my associate Ron, who also could not be here today. So he sends his regards with regards to actually booking the cruise. So we've been your travel agents that way. I wanted to share some information with you about the cruise itself. And so what I've got is I've got a PowerPoint presentation, but don't let that scare you. This is not that formal. I only did that so that it would help me remember the stuff I wanted to share with you and or answer the questions I anticipated getting from you. But if at any time you want to jump in and say, "Oh, Brian, what about this?" Or "Brian, what about that?" kind of thing, please feel free to do that. This is not a formal presentation. It's not something terribly, no, I should say formal. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see the slides and follow along with me. First of all, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yes.
only 24 more days. That doesn't seem possible.
I know,
I
right?
know.
Practically here. It's practically here. All right. So first, the team, Jeff, you all know Jeff and Mark right there, right?
Mhm.
And John, where are you, John? You're over here now. And Kyla, you're here too.
Hello, yes.
Great. Is Tracy with us?
I
He
am.
Oh,
is.
hi, Tracy.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Tracy's.
Andy, are you here?
I don't think our advisors are here.
Okay, the advisors, they're too busy making money for us. Good.
Mhm.
And then, of course, I'm here as well. So we're the team. Who's ready to go on a cruise?
We're all happy.
Right?
I don't think I have the right attire based on that.
All right, so by now, these are the things you probably will want to have done. First of all, check in at Princess, the website, or their app. You can do it in either place. If you haven't done it yet, you still have time. And quite frankly, if you get to October 4th and it's like, oh crap, I forgot to sign in, I forgot to check in, you're still fine. Just show up at the pier. They'll be able to they'll be able to help you. It'll just take a little bit longer at the pier. So no worries there. You'll want to request your medallion if you want it early. This is, if for those of you who've been on cruises before, this is what Princess does instead of a card key. So you'll have this little medallion. It's about, I don't know, about the size of a $50 if you know what those look like. And you'll get a lanyard with it, but Envisage is going to provide us with a special upscale lanyard. So I'll talk more about that in a minute. But you'll get a lanyard with it so you can carry it around with you. It helps you do everything that the card key would and more. So, it'll help you get into your room. If you want to order a drink or buy something at the shop or gamble or whatever, you use this instead of the card key. It's also kind of cool because you can get on your app on your phone. If you've got your phone with you, you can get on your app and you can connect to the ship's Wi-Fi. And you could like order a drink and say, I want a margarita. And the app tells the bartender where you are and they will find you. And if you get up and leave, they'll follow you around the ship until they find you and give you a margarita kind of thing. So it's kind of fun that way. You can either have the medallion delivered to your house. There's a $10 charge if you don't have Princess Plus or Premium. If you have one of those, it's free. You can have it delivered to your house, or you can just pick it up at the pier. So no worries either way. You need to order it by the end of next week if you want it to deliver to your house. Otherwise, they'll say they don't have time and they will just hold it for you at the pier.
Brian,
They've already said that.
Yes.
They've already said that. Yeah.
yeah, I ordered mine like 2 weeks ago and I ordered chips the next week and they said it was too late.
Oh, wow. Okay, they've
Yeah.
changed the date. Usually they say 3 weeks, but okay, sorry about that. So yeah, so you'll be able to pick it up at the port then when you go. You should be able to, once you're checked in, you should be able to print your luggage tags. I'll say don't put them on your luggage until you actually get to New York because I'm sure the airline will rip them off.
Rip them off.
I don't know what they are.
Oh, Brian, they will, won't they?
They're only available after everybody's checked in. So if you've checked in and your cabin mate has not, you will not be able to print tags or order the medallion or anything. So you all have to be checked in. If you haven't done so already, you want to make sure you got your flights or your transportation to New York. I'm sure Mark has his subway pass, but the rest of us are probably flying in.
I need to check me in.
Doesn't like the
What I'm
subway.
gonna do this.
I was gonna say, like Mark uses the subway.
I do.
What?
And get your hotel in New York. The hotel. I think the hotel in Brooklyn is full, but the one in Manhattan is not. And of course,
Rewards
there
number?
Darn it, Mark.
I even have the senior card.
I noticed that. Well, we're the same age, so I saw that. Like, oh, I
Do we
keep
have
having to remind
yours?
myself to get senior stuff.
That's how I got on my. That's how I got on.
If you're interested in excursions, make sure you book those. You can book them online. I'm sorry, you can book them on the ship, but the best ones go fast and they sell out. So when you get on the ship, you might be forced to pick something you wouldn't have chosen otherwise because it's not available. So I'll recommend you might want to look at that as well. Same thing with dinner reservations. If you have a special occasion, like on Tuesday, it's our anniversary, and we want to make sure to go to dinner, and we don't want to do it at 9:30 or at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll want to make those reservations as well. Otherwise, there are often, I don't think I've ever made reservations in advance, and every time I want to go eat, it's just fine, if you're a little flexible. But, there's some times when it's not available right when you want it, so you'll want to do that early if it matters.
As
Hey,
far
Brian,
as
real quick.
Brian, as far as the two formal dinners, are we automatically
The same as
have
that?
access to
Yes.
that?
The formal dinners are not, it's not so
You
much
gave it
that
to
it's
them?
an event, a physical event. It's more they just designate, hey, tonight is formal night. Everybody dress up if you want to. So
I see.
A,
I
you
see.
don't have to, and B, if you do, you're still going to do whatever you normally would do that day for dinner. So if you were going to go to a specialty restaurant, go. If you're going to go to the regular restaurant, go. If you're going to
I
order
see.
room service, that's fine too.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's more just kind of a, hey, let's all dress up tonight kind of.
Hey, Brian, real quick. Do you
Yes.
have an option on, since you're the owner of the meeting, to mute all participants, and then when folks want to say something, they can unmute themselves just because there's some background noise coming in off of some folks.
All right. So yeah, if you would all mute yourselves, I'm looking to see if I can do that here.
No,
No, I can only do it individually.
got it. Okay.
I'll ask, yeah, no, good point though, John. If you would please mute yourself. It'll be typically it's the lower left-hand corner. But I'm not sure with Apple products, that may be different. But if you're non-Apple, it'll be in the lower left-hand corner.
I'm
Just hit the
I'm
number.
Apple and it is lower left corner.
It is? Okay, so the same thing. Lower left corner, and then just when you're ready to say something, unmute it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about packing. Not a whole lot because I don't want to tell you what to bring. I will say just do a search online, what to bring on a Canada cruise, what to bring on a New England cruise, what to bring on a Princess cruise, what to bring on a cruise, what to bring on my first cruise, whatever you want to plug in there. I promise you, if you do this, you will need, and take everything they say, you'll need about 14 suitcases. So, just use it as a guideline. Don't feel like you religiously have to follow everything that's on the list or you're going to be screwed. Also, remember, we're going to United States and Canada. So if you forget something, it's not going to be like, oh no, I'll never find a phone charger that fits my phone kind of thing. I'm not encouraging you to forget that, but if you forget something, it won't be the worst thing in the world. You'll likely be able to get it in Boston or in Portland or even in Halifax or whatever. I did do a quick search, and these are the things that are most often forgotten. So I will point these out. Phone charger actually is the number one thing forgotten most by everyone. So don't forget the charger of your phone, your pad, your laptop, whatever you're going to bring. No special plugs are needed. First of all, we're not going to get off the ship and need plugs. And if we do, we'll be in Canada or the US, which both have the exact same plugs. So you don't need to worry about converters or adapters or anything like that. That said, especially if you have a CPAP machine, you may want to bring an extension cord because the outlets are way over at the desk, and there are typically no plugs by your bed. So if you have a CPAP, it gets cumbersome with wires stretched, or you have to ask the cruise line for an extension cord, and they usually have them, but if they run out, they run out, so you won't have one. I will say though, if you bring an extension cord, or if you bring a power strip, make sure there's no surge protector in there. If there is, they will confiscate it. They see surge protectors as fire risks.
Hey, Brian, it looks like we have one question.
Yep.
Barry, do you want to go ahead and ask your question? I can't tell. You might be muted.
He may be. Barry, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
He's muted.
Do you think?
I don't even see him. So, all right. Well, as when you get unmuted, feel free to ask the question, Barry.
There's also a chat down below if
Yep, you
if
can
your
write them.
microphone's not working, you can go ahead and pop your question in the chat.
Right. Thanks, Kyla. Back to the CPAP machine. If you do have a CPAP machine, the ship will have distilled water for you. So all you have to do is ask the cabin steward. When you get on board and they come in and say, "Hey, I'm your cabin steward," just say, "Yep, please get me some distilled water," and they'll be happy to do that for you. I'll encourage you not to bring anything that's a higher fire hazard. So as romantic as they are, no candles, no irons, no curling irons, no hair dryers. There'll be a hair dryer there. But anything like that that you plug in or you use that creates heat, they will confiscate. I'll also say nothing having to do with marijuana is allowed on the ship technically. Now, if you want to bring stuff, you can, of course. That's your risk. But even though it's legal here in the States. It's legal here in Ohio, and it's legal in New York, was where we're going out of, and it's legal in Canada. We're going. Still, the cruise line follows the federal law, which means it's illegal. So if they catch you with it, technically you could get in trouble.
So I have a question.
Yep,
You said no curling irons?
correct.
Well, what am I going to do?
I don't know.
We just take them.
You're asking a bald man this question, so there's not a whole lot of sympathy here for you.
I mean, really? I mean, I can't be the only woman that needs a curling iron or a flat iron.
Exactly.
My
Anyone
general
else in
rule
this
is
situation have encouraged
Ask John, he'll know.
to suggest?
it's only an issue if you get caught, right, Brian? So
True. Absolutely. All of this is an issue if you get caught. That's why I'm kind of like with the marijuana thing. It's like, I know people who bring gummies all the time and weed. But I can't
think
encourage you to.
If you bring the curling iron, don't leave it sit out on your vanity. Stick it in a drawer. So
Right. Unplug it.
Yep.
Unplug it and hide it.
Worst case scenario is they catch it. What they'll do is they'll hold it and then give it to you at the end of the ship. So they're not going to take it and throw it out. So don't worry about that. We talked about formal nights. There are some cruise lines like costume night. It's a white party or an orange party or a Halloween party or whatever. This ship is not going to have any of those. So you don't have to worry about bringing special clothes for anything unless you want to bring special clothes for the formal night. I always encourage people to bring some small bills for tips and taxis, especially when you're important. Like if you go on an excursion, it's nice to give the guy a $5 or a $10 or $20 tip instead of like, "Oh, thanks for the tour. Can I Venmo something to you?" It gets a little awkward that way.
I know. Yeah, it's good cleanup out there.
Last thing, especially for those of you who do not have the drink package, you're allowed to bring one bottle of wine or champagne only. No beer, no spirits. But each person can bring one bottle. So if you've got, two people in your cabin and one of you doesn't drink, you can still bring two bottles, one for each, and then you can drink them all.
I'm busy. She's just busy. I'm busy.
Brian, I have a question.
Sure.
Maybe I'm jumping ahead too fast, but just transportation from the airport to the hotel is a question I had. And then from the hotel to the dock. And I believe that's our responsibility to find transportation.
Correct. Yeah, that's correct.
From the airport to the hotel as well.
Right. And neither of the hotels provide a shuttle even for charge. Neither of them has it. So, I mean, it's New York City, so transportation is plentiful. Obviously, the easiest and fastest will be a taxi, Uber, or Lyft. The least expensive would be walk, but that's not feasible for us. So the least expensive would be, borrowing Mark's subway card if you can pass for a senior.
All right. Thank you for.
If there is one company that we have found to be very reasonable, named Dial 7, and their phone number is literally all sevens. It's 212-777-7777.
Wait a minute. 212.
777-7777. And we used to use them religiously, and we developed a relationship with a small pendant. But They are reliable, and they're not terribly expensive. So that's another alternative if you want to prearrange. Okay, and I don't mean to jump in, Brian. I'm sorry.
No, you're
Um,
fine. You're fine. We're talking about it.
it's somebody that because I assume most of you are flying into LaGuardia. LaGuardia has very specific guidelines on where you can get picked up.
Yep.
So it
Yep.
might be
Thanks,
just
Mark.
easy.
I'll also add that getting from the ship back to from the ship back to the airport may be easier because the cruise line will provide that. It's $60 per person. And you can sign up for that on board. So get on board and just tell them, go to guest service, say, hey, I want to ride back to the airport. Most of you, I hope, are coming in a day early, and the cruise ship will not offer that transfer for you from any place. You can't even like take a cab back to the airport and say, I'm here at Newark, come get me. They'll say no, because you didn't fly in today. It's a weird rule, but that's how they work it. But going home, most of you are probably going home the day of the cruise, and so that's a pretty easy.
Yeah, all right.
Brian, we have a couple questions in the chat.
Yep. All right.
So the first one is how do we print the luggage tag?
It should be when you go to your app, it should have a little button or something that says print tag or a little line
I'll see it.
that says.
Oh,
I've been on my app. I don't see anything on the app.
Have you both checked in?
Yep.
Okay. Does it say, quote, ocean ready?
Yes, it says ocean ready.
Okay. Then it's on there somewhere. If you want to later give me a call or something, I'll be happy to like help you navigate it.
The other thing that I have found is it doesn't appear on my app either, Brian.
Okay.
But I was able to bring it up on the website.
On the website is yeah.
You printed yours
Thank
from
you.
the app. Oh.
I'll also add,
from the
and I'm not
website?
trying to avoid this, but I'm just saying if for some reason you can't print it, or you print it and then you get to LaGuardia or you get to Newark and you're like, oh crap, I forgot the luggage tag. Again, not the end of the world. You can show up at the pier at the dock and say, hey, I'm in room 1234, and they'll pull out a tag and put 1234 on it and attach it to your luggage, and it'll go to the same place. So don't worry too much about the tags. It's nice to have them printed, have it all ready. It takes longer if you have to get someone to put one for you, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world.
Great, thank you. There's a couple other questions. One is,
Yep.
what is the address of the dock to give to the Uber?
Do you have that, Mark? I know it's Red Hook and there's only one pier there, but I thought I put it in one of my emails, but let me.
I can pull it up, Brian, while you're talking.
Okay.
I think if you put in, just tell them Red Hook.
Red Hook Cruise Terminal, yeah.
Because there's only one Red Hook
there's only one Red Hook. And there'll only be one ship there. It's a small terminal. It's not like Miami where there's 10 ships. Did you see it
in an email?
It's real navigable. It's a nice port to use.
Yeah, very easy. All righty.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
We called Princess and asked if we could book our transportation back.
Yep.
And they said you need to book that through your travel agent.
Oh, yeah, I can do it for you as well. Yeah. But you can also do it online. So if you're not sure you want to do it, you want to wait. I'm sorry, not online, on board. If you're not sure you want to do it, and you want to wait till you get on board, do it then. If you want to do it now, yeah, just give me a call or shoot me an email and say we want it. You'll pay for it as soon as you book it. So if you want it now,
I need that extra $60 now.
Yeah, it's an extra $60 per person. Per person.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Hey, Brian.
And then what happens if you do that is when you get off the ship, you just once you go through customs and all that stuff and you get out there, you just go to whoever is there from Princess, and trust me, there are dozens of people there from Princess. Just say, I've got to transfer, where do I go? And they'll point you to the correct bus. They'll point you to make sure you get to LaGuardia or Newark or JFK.
Or Uber.
Yeah. Hey, Dana was asking, is there a shuttle that goes to JFK as well?
Yes, goes to all three. There's a shuttle for all three airports, and it's the same price for all three of them.
Per car, so that's $50 a person.
I will say if you're I'll put one more caveat. If you're going to use the cruise's shuttle, your flight has to leave after 1 o'clock. Either it really has to, or lie to them and tell them it does. Because if they see your flight leaves at 11:33, they're going to say we can't guarantee you'll get there in time, so we won't sell it to you. And you can't put like, flight 23 leaves at 1 o'clock. They know flight 23 leaves at 11:33. So you have to figure out a flight. Trust me, I've done this a million times. You got to find a flight that leaves in the afternoon, pretend like that's your flight, and then tell them I'm on Delta flight 86. It leaves at 1:42, and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And really you're on flight 23 that leaves at 11:33. You're good.
Your flight leaves at 3.
All right. If you're using either of our hotels, the Ameritania in Manhattan or the Lodge Red Hook in Red Hook, check-in time is 3 o'clock. So if you get there before then, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes they'll have a room for you. Sometimes they'll hold your luggage and make you wait till 3 o'clock. Just use your name. You made your reservation with your name. You're part of our group pricing, but it's not a group reservation. It's an individual reservation. Continental breakfast is included at the one in Brooklyn, not included at the one in Mauritania. And as we've already mentioned, the transportation from the airport to the hotel, from the hotel to the ship, and then from the ship back to the airport or hotel is your responsibility.
There's a restaurant.
All right, let's talk about the ship itself, getting on the ship. There's no designated boarding time. Many cruise lines will say you've got between 11:30 and 12, you've got between 1 and 1:30 kind of thing. Princess doesn't do that. The medallion actually makes it really quick, especially if you've got it beforehand. So typically what they do is about a week to 10 days before the cruise, they'll send you an email saying our boarding time is 11:30 till 2 o'clock or something like that. And they just give you the whole window. It starts at 11, typically ends at 2:30, but I don't know what they're going to say for this one. They could change it depending on what's going on.
Hey,
Bring the medallion or pick it up at the airport. There's no papers to print. You don't need to print out and I know some of us, and I'm one of you, I love printing the stuff and I love having that freaking piece of paper in my hand. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to see it. And they're going to ask for your medallion. If you don't have the medallion, they're going to say, let me see your passport. They'll use the passport to pull your name up and make the medallion for you right then and there. So there will be 2 lines, a blue and a green line. It'll be well signed, so you don't have to remember this. I'm just saying there are 2 lines, one for people that already have the medallion in their hand and one for people who need to pick it up at the pier. Obviously, if you have the medallion, that line's going to go a little faster. Likely, they'll say you have to be on board by 2:30. If I were you, I'd shoot between 11 and 2. As long as you get there between 11 and 2, you're going to be fine. Make sure you have your passport or your ID. If you don't have a passport, you will need, assuming you've been born in the United States, you will need your birth certificate, not a copy of it, and plus a photo ID, government issued photo ID, like a driver's license or a state ID. Once you get on board, food and beverage will be available immediately. The asterisk there is because depending on the state laws, I can't remember what the state law of New York has. Sometimes if you're still docked in state, even if you have the drink package, you're going to see a charge on your card for, $1.12. It's the tax that New York's charged on the drink while you were in port. I don't know if New York does it or not. The same thing could happen in Boston or Portland or wherever else we're parked. When we're in port, if the state or province tax applies to ships in port, you may see a small charge for that tax. But otherwise, start drinking, start enjoying. Also, once you get on board, you may have someone come up to you real happy and smiling, and they hold out this really pretty glass with a umbrella in it and flowers and all this good stuff. Say, here's your drink. And you say thank you. And then they ask for your medallion and you just got charged $11.95 for that drink. So be careful, whether it's included or not. Depending on when you get on board, you may or may not be allowed into your stateroom. People just got off the ship about 10 o'clock that morning. So if you get on 11:30, they're not done cleaning those rooms yet. So they will announce when it's time. Usually it's about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon that they let you on. But if not, you can go to the public areas. You can go to the pool. You can go to the restaurants. You can go to the buffet. You can walk around, explore the ship, all that kind of good stuff while you're waiting. But they'll announce when the room's ready. Lastly, if you check bags, those will be delivered. Typically, the goal is 6 o'clock that evening. So sometime around then, although most people get it like 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. They're pretty quick. And then we've got the Envisage Wealth Extras. You'll get this card in your room when you arrive, so don't worry about it right now, and don't worry about trying to copy it or anything. Just to let you know, the first day of the cruise, that evening when we sail out of town, there's a welcome aboard sail away party. In the Wakeview bar, like I said, you'll get all this information, so you don't have to worry about writing it down. But the Wakeview bar is a great bar. It's at the back end of the ship on one of the upper decks. So great views of the Verrazano Bridge as we pass under it, all that kind of good stuff. You'll also get your at that party, they'll be handing out the upscale lanyard. So be sure you stop by at least just to get the lanyard, if nothing else, to say hello and stuff like that. And then you'll see you got the email already about the lunch that's included on the 6th, courtesy of, I can't remember who that's courtesy of.
Fidelity.
Oh, Fidelity. It's right there on the list. Fidelity. And John, one needs to have signed up for that. Don't just show up without signing up, right?
No, people can come.
Oh, okay. Okay. Jeff, stop waving at us. We'll get to you.
I was just saying hi.
I know. That was my fun way of saying hi back. So, John, even if they didn't sign up, they can just show up?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Good to know. And then October 8th is the trivia game. October 9th is the lunch at the special seafood restaurant. And then the last day of the cruise, the last evening of the cruise, we'll have our farewell cocktail party, 6:30.
Can I chime in on the 9th? Jeff and I were just in Halifax and we picked this restaurant. It's an outstanding view of the harbor. The food was terrific, and you can walk from the ship. So it's not like we just randomly picked a restaurant. We've been there, the food, and that's how it was selected, if anybody's curious.
Cool.
Oh, that's the one with the lobsters?
That is the one with the lobsters. That's true. I will tell you this, that there are great shopping in the interim of that, and we did stumble upon a jewelry store that was fantastic, and on a scale of 1 to 10 was a 10, and we bought a graduation gift for somebody. But the point is, there's great little shops on the way. It's just beautiful there, and I promise that it'll take you 7 to 8 minutes to get to this restaurant, and it's just brand new restaurant. It's like you're on a boat itself, but it's really, the menu is really, really good. It's going to be a very good time. And I'm sorry that we are limited on what we can pay up to a certain point. So a lot of compliance has come our way, and just we would have loved to host everything if we could, but we are forbidden based on the Bernie Madoff rule, which is called basically, they don't want us to incent people to forget about integrity and incent people so much they're not focusing on their statements, or the government is very strict on what we can and can't do nowadays. But we have really got the loopholes, because if Fidelity's there, they can do it. They're able to, talk about what they have for a few minutes, provide lunch. So we've got to have someone in the U.S. on boots on the ground, and we can host it at lunch. So very exciting.
Well, thanks for paying for the cruise, though.
Oh, that would, yeah, exactly.
Wait a second, what?
That'll put me in jail very quickly. So, black and white is not.
And I would not do well with that.
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't.
Horizontal colors or stripes are not good on me, so you do not want me to in black and white stripe. Promise. I look like the hamburger for McDonald's.
And I don't know if this question for John or for Mark, but if someone did not sign up for that lunch on the 9th, can they still go and just show up?
Yeah,
Yes.
we have an open reservation with them as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. So everything's just kind of flexible. I love it.
Yeah, that's how we like to do things.
And where is that restaurant, the Fidelity Luncheon?
The Fidelity Luncheon is at Davio's Steakhouse in Boston. We can get you. We'll get everyone addresses.
The address is on the card that you're delivering.
Oh, yes.
It'll
Yeah,
be in
the
your
address-
stateroom. It'll be in your stateroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
I looked.
very,
It's
very,
about
very
a five.
close.
It's like a 5-minute cab ride or a 20-minute walk. So either way.
26 Van Pier Boulevard. It says it right there on that card.
Yeah, Sharon, I know if the weather's good and knowing you want to walk it. It's that beautiful. It's very, very nice. And but there's some folks that would choose to take a quick cab. The cab is going to be so inexpensive. We priced out busing, and the buses wanted like a couple $1,000s. And what we've learned there is if you want to come a little later or sooner and you miss the bus, it's just it really is simpler to go about it the way we've got about it. We've done these so often that organized transportation sounds good in one soundbite, but then if you should miss it, or if you should happen to not decide to go and we're waiting on somebody and we wait 22 minutes, and it's just a very smart choice, having done it a lot.
Yep.
to be nimble with yourself and say, if I feel good that day, I'm going to walk. And if the weather's 72 degrees, sunny, no humidity, and you got good walking shoes, you're going to say, "Oh my gosh, this is a gift. I want to walk." And Sharon, knowing you, you'll want to walk.
You know I will. Yes.
I know.
I'll be right there with you.
Good.
All right. This is always me before a cruise.
Mm.
All right. So the food. Most of the eating establishments on board are included, but some are not. I will point out that the cafe in the piazza, that's in the center of the ship, kind of the heartbeat of the ship, that's open 24/7, and that's included. It's not a restaurant, but they've got like snacks, the snack food, so like little finger sandwiches and donuts and cookies and little tiny little bowls of salad, stuff like that. But 24 hours a day, you can get something to eat somewhere. Room service is also included. Most of the items on the room service menu are free. They do charge a $5 flat delivery fee. So if you order one sandwich, it's going to be $5. If you order 3 sandwiches, 2 salads, 5 desserts, and 4 cups of soup, it's still $5. So whatever you order, it's one delivery charge of $5. And if you have the plus or the premium, that fee is waived. So you can order what you want for free. There are 3 large dining rooms, so a little bit of confusion this when you were looking online. You can do any of those 3 and you can change it all you want. So one of the restaurants, all 3 of them have the exact same menu. It's the same food. So don't worry about that. It's just one restaurant has I think it's 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock dining time. So if you show up at 6:15, they'll kick you out and say, go to one of the other restaurants because we've already started the service. One of them has reservations only. So if you show up, they'll say, sorry, can't help you here. And the other one is like, show up whenever, however, and they'll seat you. So it's very flexible that way. And for those of you who haven't been on Princess, it's not unlike many other cruise lines. There will be a different menu every night. But on every menu every night, there will be a section called Princess Favorites. Those are available every single night. So it's usually like a ribeye steak or a sirloin or something. There's usually a chicken dish. There's usually salmon. There's usually a vegetarian dish and maybe 1 or 2 others. And those are available every night. So if you look at the regular menu, go, ew, 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 ew. You can always go over and say, okay, I'm good with the salmon. I love salmon kind of thing.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I just already said that.
How do we find?
You can pretty much order whatever you want to a point. Order 5 entrees and they're going to, maybe say something about it. But, ordering 3 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 4 desserts, they're not going to bat an eye. Your table mates might, but nobody else is going to care. So don't worry about that. Enjoy it. The portions tend to be a little bit small with the idea that you're going to sample things and enjoy them. I'll say this is the time to get stuff that you never would have tried elsewhere. Frog's legs or escargot or something. If you've never had it, try it. If you don't like it, you can always say, hey, this didn't work for me. Can I get the ribeye anyway? There are specialty restaurants on board, and actually there are 2 types on Princess. One's called a casual restaurant, one's called a specialty restaurant, but both of those will cost extra. When you show up at the restaurant, they'll tell you what the charge is and how it works. Sometimes it's per item, sometimes it's a flat cover charge. The casual restaurants do not allow reservations. So those of you who have Princess Plus, you get 2 free of these. You can't make a reservation. You just have to show up. And it's things like there's a sushi restaurant, there's a pub. God, there's one more. I can't remember. Oh, I think it's specialty pizza, upscale pizza. So for these, you get a couple of them free, but you can go to more of them if you want. You just pay extra for them. If you've got premium, unlimited, you can go over these every night if you want to. The specialty restaurants are a step above that. There's a steakhouse, the Crown Grill Steakhouse. There's the Sabatini's. It's an upscale Italian restaurant. There's an upscale seafood restaurant called The Catch, I think. Anyway, these cost more. If you've got plus, they're not included. If you've got premium, unlimited. You can go there every night.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
Real quick, 2 questions.
Sure.
Well, 1 question. How do people find out if they have the drink package?
It'll be on their reservation, the confirmation that we sent to you. It'll be listed there. If you go into your app, it should be listed there. Or if you don't want to do either or it doesn't make sense, just send me an email. I'll look for you.
Well, what is it? The plus? It'll say plus, or what does it say?
No, well, it'll say drink package included. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
And also when you get on board, if you don't remember, you just go up to any bar and say, "Do I have Plus? Do I have your drink package or not?"
Mm-hmm. Got
And
it.
they'll tell you. Same thing with the specialty restaurants. If you're not sure, like, I know I have Plus, is this one of the restaurants that's included or not? Just walk up to them. They'll look at it and say, "Yeah, yeah, it's included," or "No, it's not. Here's what it would cost." Speaking of Plus and Premium, these are extra packages that you can get. You can still get it if you want to. It'll cost more if you get it while you're on the ship, but if you want to do it up front, just let me know. We can change it for you. It's the price up there is per person per day, and everyone in the cabin has to opt in or opt out together. So one of you can't get it and the other one not. They know that you're going to share drinks. They're not stupid. So you can't do that way. You have to all in or not in. But you see the list there. The beverages are included. The difference in the $15 and the $20 is just an upscale cocktail, or maybe using Grey Goose instead of Sky vodka or something will get you, it'll cost a little more. So, and plus the Grey Goose may not be included, but with premium it is, kind of thing.
If you go to the app, and when you click on onboard packages.
Yep. Perfect.
That's where it tells you.
Yep. Thanks.
Where it says one Wi-Fi device, is that per person or per cabin?
Per person that bought the package. Same thing with everything else. So the premium desserts, I love this. You get 2 desserts per day, but you only get 2 fitness classes for the week. So,
Oh,
do the
it's
math on
2
that one.
desserts per day.
Yeah. All right, a couple more comments while I'm bored. If you haven't been on a cruise before, for every person, they will open an onboard account. It's kind of your tab. Anything you do with your medallion will go onto that account. So if you get a cocktail that wasn't included in your package, or you don't have the package, it'll go on there. If you go into the shop and you buy a sweater for $85, that'll go on your account.
Yep.
Buy a photo package and $26 later, you got a picture of yourself and somebody, that'll go on there as well. The other thing that'll go on there is the gratuities. These are these are the tips that are going to go to the staff on board. So the people who clean your rooms, the people who cook the food, the people who serve you the food in the restaurants, the people who work in the restaurants and in the buffet, the entertainers, all that kind of stuff. It all goes into one place, and then they take that money like, okay, $1.40 for you, $2.32 for you, and $1.12 for you, kind of thing. They divvy it all out for you, so you don't have to walk around the ship with a wad of ones, basically. This is the standard amount. Of course, you can tip someone more. The standard approach that many people take, especially if you've got the drink packages, you slip a bartender that you like on day 1 or 2, a 20 or a 50 or whatever, you're going to get much better drinks and much faster service than if you don't do that. But anyway, this is the amount they're going to be added. So you'll see this added to your account every day, unless you have the plus package or the premium package. It's included, so they will not be adding this. If for some reason the service is awful, of course they want you to tell you up front. But if you don't, at the end of the cruise, if you say it wasn't up to par, I don't want to tip this much, just go to guest services and they will reduce it or eliminate it for you. I already said that. I will encourage you, if you don't have the drink package, if you do buy a drink, be aware that on the slip that you get to sign, oftentimes they'll add the tip and then have a big line there saying tip. So they're looking for a double tip. To do it, that's fine, but just be aware that you probably already have it added into the amount. Excursions. For Princess Excursions, if you signed up for them already, the tickets for the excursion with instructions on where to meet, when to meet, what to bring, what to wear, all that kind of stuff will be in your cabin when you arrive. You can book excursions now. You can cancel them it depends on the excursion. Sometimes you can cancel really late. Sometimes you have to have them several days notice, but you can still book and cancel at this point. You can also book the excursions while you're on board. So you just go to the desk. There's a special desk. Don't go to guest services. There's a special desk for excursions. The shore excursions desk, I think is what they call it, literally. Just go up there and, hey, I want to do something when we get to Halifax and help me, kind of thing. If you want to do non-Princess excursions, I encourage you to check into it. Just make sure it's a reputable company. I've got one that I use. So if you want to look at some non-traditional or some different excursions, just let me know. I'll send you the link. But there's all sorts of options. You can also just show up and you step off the ship in Portland, Maine, and there'll be dozens of people. Hey, got something here. You want to go snorkeling? You want to do this? Whatever. They'll be there as well.
Snorkeling out of Portland, Maine.
Again, I'll remind you, bring small tips. I'm sorry, small bills and coins for tips.
We already paid for our gratuity ahead.
All good things come to an end after 7 days.
Oh.
So a couple days before the end of the cruise, we will receive information about disembarkation. It'll come to your room from the ship. So you don't have to do anything. It'll automatically come to you. They'll automatically deliver luggage tags to you for your stuff. Disembarkation, unlike embarkation, where it's just kind of, hey, show up whenever during this window and get on. The disembarkation is much more structured, much more organized. And they will do it by colors, and the colors will correspond with the luggage tag. So if you get blue 7, it's going to go at a different time than blue 8 or orange 3 or yellow 2 or whatever. If you look at this blue 7 and think, oh, wow, that's not going to give me enough time to get back to wherever I need to go, either to a shuttle or plane or whatever, just go to guest services. They're not going to deny it to you. Just they kind of randomly do it. And then if you go back and say, no, I need something in the yellow category, they'll likely do it. If they don't, come to me. But please don't wait until the night before we disembark to do that. Do it as soon as you get the information. Check to make sure it's going to work for you. And if it doesn't, go to guest services. If that doesn't work, find me or John or somebody. The other option is to do what they call self-assist disembarkation. What this means is you're taking care of yourself, meaning you are not putting any bags out. You're not having any help with the bags. You're going to carry literally everything you own off the ship by yourself. If you're willing to do that, you likely will get an earlier disembarkation. So if you have an early flight and you want to make sure that you make it on time, you may want to opt for this. Know, though, that the elevators will be very, very slow. You will likely be schlepping the stuff up and down stairs if you want to get off at the time you want to get off. Otherwise, you'll put your luggage out the night before with this blue 7 tag on it. They'll collect them that night. The next morning you wake up, oh, my bag's gone. That's because they're bringing it down for you. When you get off the ship, you'll go to the area marked blue 7 and you'll look for your luggage and get there before you go through customs. I already mentioned this. The transfers to the airport are not included, but if you want one from the ship, $60, it'll go to any of the 3 major airports in New York. What else? That's all I have. So what other questions do you have, or any tips or comments people want to make?
I'm excited.
Yay, me too.
Me 3.
Me 4. So
now,
just
how can I send this to Sue Keys, who wasn't able to be on?
Just send me an email saying you want it. I'll send you the link.
Okay. Thank you.
Actually, let me take that back. This will be much easier. Let me just put the link. I'll send an email out with the link so that you all get it. So some of you may want to watch it again. I don't know why, but hear my voice for another hour.
Well, I think it was very informative. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Dana,
thanks, Brian. Great.
Dana, you asked about Portland, Maine. If there is a livable city in the United States besides Bend, Oregon, ironically, and Portland, interesting that that's also a city in Oregon. But yeah, Portland, Maine is fantastic. Walkable. It is the cobblestone streets. The fact that you promise you're going to see Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote come around the corner with a little basket on a bicycle. It is absolutely one of my favorite cities in the United States.
God, yes. Most charming place ever. My husband and I own a second home just south of Portland. We just love it. Portland is a super foodie town too. There are more upscale, nice restaurants per capita there than should be. It's like ridiculous how many good. And I'll also say, try the blueberry beer. It's great.
Ooh.
And conversely, don't try the lobster ice cream. It's gross.
Oh, it even
yes,
sounds
they have it. Lobster ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's gross. It tastes exactly like what you think it would taste like.
So Dana, if there's a city not to have too much in plan, that just let the impromptu part of walking it, and
really charming.
you will that is the place to do it. Other spots, I can see the necessity in a Boston or even a Halifax to maybe be a little bit more structured or have a plan. But I think in Portland, if it were up to me, I think you find it to be charming. And those of us that like to people watch, there's some just great little restaurants that you can sit, have a cup of coffee and people watch. And if that doesn't rank as one of your favorite ports and one of your favorite cities in the U.S., I'll be very surprised. And on that note of being surprised, we will be very surprised if we don't get 9s and 10s out of this. We really yearn to do that. Most of the trips we've taken, we've been majorly surprised that every single person has given 10s. And the fact that we leave New York the way you do, for most folks, was worth the price of admission. So when we've done this cruise before, just leaving and going under that bridge that Brian brought up, seeing the Statue of Liberty, hopefully have good weather, we'll knock on, let's hope. That has been, by the way, life-changing in terms of a picturesque and feeling good about this country of ours, which we some days I think I'll wonder a bit. It's quite different when you leave the cruise ship and you're having that drink in hand or glass of water, whatever.
Yep.
And I think it is. But what I'm saying is this: if there's a point when you do not give this trip a 9 or 10, I'd like to hear why and let us know, because we are there to make sure this is extraordinary. The thank you notes we expected in my career after 38 years of saying thank you for making me money are far and few between. Purposeful pause compared to the notes on living a pretty cool life with what money does, enables you choice, enables you to take trips and have a lot of laughs and to have really a great memory to talk about and to feel good about and to have hope. I mean, I think these cruises for Mark and I, after 60 some we've taken, have been bookends. They've held us together during precarious periods in our lives. So all that gibberish comes back to this, that if you reach that point where there's something that could make it better, we'd like to hear that. And we do want to try to influence that as much as possible. We have determined not to do too much. We have done this so many times. We've had a packed agenda where folks said, too much. I want to have my own time to read at the pool, to not feel like you're putting me into a classroom of structure. That we've learned. And so, and we've learned also that you guys will make friends with each other. You will dine and coagulate naturally at some restaurants. That has been fact. That some of you will choose, I don't want to necessarily be with anyone else, and I need a break after the day of X, Y, and Z and seeing you at the water polo restaurant, etc. And that has also been extraordinary historically. So if you are interpreting some of what I'm saying, is number one, provide feedback to any of the team that's there. We'll be identified. You'll quickly know who we are and feel comfortable and confident of reaching out. We will check on you. We will check on you. If we don't see you as often as I expect to, one of the instructions I've had as your cruise second director is to reach out proactively and just check in on you. Say, just tell me how's it going, and what just quick feedback. We will call you, enjoy and really try to spend some of your children's inheritance with this trip. It's a great idea. I keep promising to making I don't know, bumper stickers or something, and kind of funny that my financial advisor is pushing us to spend our children's inheritance. It is going to be good. I promise. Even so, just have fun. Do bring warm clothes. We just came back. I missed the very, very beginning. I'm sure Mark brought it up. We were upstate, literally on the border of Canada this past week. Fantastic, I might add, but it was chilly. And so guess how many days I wore?
It was cold.
Cold. And I brought shorts and shorts. And I had one pair of jeans. Mark didn't even bring jeans, and we both regretted it. So if you learned anything from that, and now we're talking early September, then do realize that you want to be
October
prepared. Yes.
That's where they were. Yeah, early September.
That's my stick, and I'm sticking to it. So have a
So
good
there.
time. Make sure you're at a 9 or 10. If you go to an 8, I can live with it. That's still passing grade, at least Ohio University standards where I went to school. However, we do prefer a 9 or 10 on our grade. So, okay.
And you got your degree with an 8?
It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Yes.
He did not. He did really well. He did really.
If anybody
That's
wants to know how to print those luggage tags, if you're on the website, not on the app, but on the regular website on a computer, you go to booking details, drop down to the to-do list, and then there's a
You did that, right?
a thing for print luggage tags.
Great. Thank you.
And by the way, the Gangers are come to every single trip. Have you been on every single one? I think.
No, not
We
every
missed
single.
the first Canadian or the first one.
Oh, so this isn't your second rodeo to Canada. Okay.
No.
Well, I think this will be your rated best. I will be surprised. I will be surprised that this isn't the best one, but we'll see. I know that you've been to Bermuda and a few other great destinations. So welcome aboard, and we're so excited. Is there anyone that's been to all of them on this call? Just we have a few seconds. I apologize, but anyone gone to every single one? Mark?
Mark.
I think that might be it. Yeah, well, like I
Jeff
said,
didn't? You didn't?
I have been, yes, Mark and I would be the ones that have been on every
The
single
leaders.
one. I thought that the Gangers might have, but I guess that but the fact is we've got some decent grounding or foundation built on this, so we really do hope to just do it just right. It's like brownies in the oven where they're baked perfectly. That's what we hope to have done on engagement and have some fun and naturally meet up where we will and have some dinners with each other that are a little more intimate, and then have some special events in some of these cool cities. And by the way, Brian, you're terrific. Thank you. Mark,
Thanks.
I couldn't do any of this without Mark, because I literally just show up. I mean, I do pack myself. I know some of you might find that. Well, actually, that doesn't surprise any of you knowing how often I dress with colors that don't match. So that's probably understood by most. But John and Kyla have put a lot of time in this. So if there's two people that are leaders within our team that have shepherded more of the responsibility than you might guess, it's like planning a wedding or two. I'd say this is like planning 2 weddings. It's hard to believe there's amount of time and work and care. But if you have a moment to thank them even ahead of time, they'd be grateful, because Kyla and John has done an awful lot of the shepherding of this whole adventure.
John really helped me a lot.
Good. Yeah, John's there. John does not say no very often. He says no to me a couple times. That's fact. But for you guys, it's always yes, yes, and yes.
Mm-hmm.
And John is
Jeff,
single.
this is going to be our
and if you guys
first, and we're really excited.
If you have any granddaughters that are 22, 24, 26, John is single, ready to mingle.
Not
Look at
John.
that. He's blushing.
Well,
it's worked. It's
good,
worked. It's
good.
blushing. Look, John,
I think that concludes this call. Thanks everyone for coming. Jeff, happy birthday coming up on Monday.
Yes.
And
Happy birthday.
Brian, thank you for this call. Everyone, let us know if you have questions, and we're excited.
Well, thank you very much for everything.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
See you all.
Thank you all.
Bye.
You. Bye.
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 Oh.
Can you get off of that?
Leave meeting.